Aaron Rodgers was leaving Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin stepped down. The Steelers looked finished, but then they made a move nobody expected. Hired Mike McCarthy, Rodgers' old Green Bay coach. The two won a Super Bowl together. Now at 42, is Rodgers ready to reunite with McCarthy and stay? 3 weeks ago, the Steelers' future looked bleak. Mike Tomlin, the franchise's head coach for 19 straight seasons, walked away after Pittsburgh lost to Houston in the playoffs. Rodgers had picked the Steelers because of Tomlin. He said that publicly, multiple times. So when Tomlin left, everyone assumed Rodgers was done too. The locker room panicked. Fans screamed the team was over. ESPN analysts said Rodgers would retire. Some said Minnesota. Nobody expected him to stay in Pittsburgh. The thing that brought him there was gone. Then the Steelers made a move nobody saw coming. They hired Mike McCarthy. Art Rooney II, the team president, had other ideas. He wasn't going to let Rodgers walk that easily. So Pittsburgh went looking for a coach who could convince the 42-year-old quarterback to stay. They found their answer in Mike McCarthy. If you don't know who that is, understand this. McCarthy coached Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay for 13 years straight. Not 13 games, 13 seasons. McCarthy created the system. Rodgers perfected it. They won the Super Bowl together in 2010. They had history, real history. On the Pat McAfee show recently, Rodgers talked about McCarthy with respect. He said, Mike is one of the great guys in football. McCarthy cares about the players but holds them accountable. He creates structure. He creates details. Rodgers said he loved his time with McCarthy, past tense, but maybe they can create that time again in Pittsburgh. That hire changed the entire conversation. Suddenly, Steelers fans had hope again. The team wasn't torn apart. McCarthy was going to run an offense built around a veteran quarterback's strengths. The locker room wanted Rodgers back, and Rodgers started thinking about it, seriously thinking about it. But here's where it gets complicated. Rodgers hasn't made a decision yet, not officially. As of March 4th, he appeared on the Pat McAfee show and laid it out plainly. He said there's no deadline. He said there's no contract offer on the table. Right now, he's spending time with his wife, skiing, staying away from football conversations. He's at peace, according to people who talk to him. But he still loves football. That's the tension. Peace and love for the game. Both pulling at him. The Steelers have been talking to him. McCarthy has. General Manager Omar Khan has. But those conversations aren't serious yet. Nobody has put numbers in front of Rodgers. Nobody has said, you have until March 15th. Nothing like that. Rodgers is operating on his own timeline, just like he always does. At the 2026 NFL Combine in Indianapolis, NBC sports reporter Matthew Berry heard something important. Multiple people told him Rodgers is leaning toward returning. Not definitely. Leaning. The expectation is shifting. If he comes back, it would be Pittsburgh. Nobody else. The Vikings thought about it. Kevin O'Connell wanted him last year, but the organization wasn't interested. Rodgers went to Pittsburgh instead. This year, Minnesota is interested again. But Rodgers' preference, if he plays, is Pittsburgh. That's where his mind is at. ESPN's Adam Schefter went on Get Up and said the Steelers are hopeful and optimistic about keeping him. They think he's coming back. They're preparing like he will. If he doesn't, they have Will Howard and Mason Rudolph as backup options. But they're not scrambling. They don't feel rushed. That tells you something about what they're hearing behind closed doors. The team has confidence. The locker room is speaking up too. Cameron Hayward, the all-pro defensive end, sat down with rapper Lil Wayne for his podcast this week. Hayward said Rodgers keeps everybody accountable. He'll talk to you straight. He respects the locker room. When people play for Rodgers, they want to win. They just traded for Michael Pittman Jr. and handed him a massive 3-year, $59 million extension. That is Pro Bowl talent, and proof the front office is willing to spend to keep Aaron happy. If Rodgers leaves, Metcalf might be shipped out next. If Rodgers stays, that's a guaranteed 1,000-yard weapon. Jaylen Warren is there too. 4 major weapons. McCarthy knows how to build offenses. He did it in Green Bay and Dallas. Ben Roethlisberger, the franchise legend, said something important recently. How is Aaron not coming back when you have those kinds of weapons? He said there's no way Rodgers walks away from this situation. The weapons are elite. The coaching is elite. But the team has a massive problem right now. They don't know if Rodgers is coming back, so they can't plan. The NFL draft is in Pittsburgh this year, 5 weeks away. Charlie Batch, another former Steelers quarterback, said on the Snap Count show that a decision is coming next week. He thinks we'll hear something in the next 7 days. The waiting is almost over. The decision timeline is tightening. But the uncertainty is hurting the team right now. If Rodgers doesn't come back, the plan is weak. Will Howard takes over. He's a second-year quarterback with 0 game experience. Mason Rudolph is the backup. Both are limited compared to Rodgers. Steelers would be forced to look at the draft, where insiders say they currently only view Fernando Mendoza as a true first-round talent. The Steelers know this. That's why they brought in McCarthy. They're telling Rodgers, "We want you. We've built this for you." The math is simple. Rodgers sees the weapons. He sees McCarthy. He knows the locker room loves him. He knows Pittsburgh wants him back. He's at peace with his life. He still loves football. Every analyst says he's leaning toward returning. Every insider expects it. Every teammate supports it. Every piece of evidence points one direction. The only thing missing is the official announcement. That's what makes this so frustrating for the organization. That's why the decision just got real. It's not about if anymore. It's about when. The Steelers hired McCarthy specifically for Rodgers. They added weapons specifically for Rodgers. They're waiting on Rodgers. Everyone knows it. Rodgers knows it. The team knows it. The locker room knows it. Free agency starts next week. The 2026 NFL Draft is in Pittsburgh. 5 weeks away. The team can't make moves without clarity. They can't plan. They can't draft. They can't move forward. Everything is frozen. According to Ian Rappaport, Rodgers is expected to inform the Steelers before the draft, the end of March. That's the timeline. But expected doesn't mean certain. Rodgers has surprised before. He's taken his time before. He deliberated for months last year before signing in June. This year, the team won't let it drag on. General Manager Omar Khan flat out said at the Combine, "I don't think either side wants to have this drag on like it did last year." The timeline is shrinking, but the waiting continues. In the next few weeks, maybe the next few days, Rodgers will sit down with Khan and McCarthy. They'll have the conversation that matters. Maybe he'll say yes and sign a deal. Maybe he'll say no and retire for good. Maybe he'll think about the Vikings one more time, but the silence won't last much longer. The pressure is building every single day. Free agency is rolling. The draft is coming to Pittsburgh. The timeline is shrinking. Aaron Rodgers' decision just got real for the Steelers because they're out of time. The waiting period is almost over. Every day matters now. The season changes when Rodgers picks. The whole franchise shifts direction. Everything depends on what a 42-year-old quarterback decides in the next few weeks.